Hey guys.
Hey guys, Scarce here. Oh wait, I'm wearing the Scarce shirt. Alright.
And a lot of crazy stuff has happened today. A big YouTuber with 1 million subscribers.
A lot of crazy stuff has happened today. The Walking Dead sucks.
Yeah.
No, but so this is really informal. We're supposed to be doing this for class. This isn't the Writing Roundtable. This isn't John Tex. This is just us talking. This is me expressing my opinion.
This is me getting a phone call. It's Jack Smith.
Oh, so you have your camera and everything?
Yeah, we have both.
Yeah,
Like we're set up right now.
We're literally recording.
We're literally
as we
recording
speak.
something.
Film challenge. Could we use your stuff on Sunday? And could you help us?
Oh man, I have to go back tomorrow night.
Oh wait, you got the 48-hour film challenge.
Tomorrow night.
Alright, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. We have friends.
So, like Jack said, we didn't really know what we wanted to make a video about, and recently, Jack and I have started watching Game of Thrones.
But the reason why we started watching
Well,
Game
hold
of
on,
Thrones...
hold on. So everybody's been talking about Game of Thrones, how great a show it was for a long time, and I didn't want to watch it because everybody hyped it up too much, and I'm like, I don't know. I hate people who love Game of Thrones because they're just really annoying. But
that's like pretty much with anything.
yeah,
If they're gonna be annoying about it, then it doesn't make me want to watch it anymore.
yeah. But so the main reason that I started watching the Game of Thrones was because I wanted to watch a good TV show, and so did Jack. Jack actually recommended that I watch it.
I started watching Game of Thrones first because I was sick of The Walking Dead. I was just sick of it.
Yeah, it's The Walking Dead's fault for many reasons, which in depth we will go into. And today we also have Joe and Hunter here with us. They're gonna be a part of this discussion.
Oh,
I'm here against my will. Please send help. My serial number is 00194.
Wow.
wow.
I scratched it off. It's fine.
No, we just burned it off. We're gonna be talking about what makes a good TV show a good TV show, and what makes a bad TV show a bad TV show. Mainly focusing on Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead, but not limited to
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. We're gonna talk about
Probably.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so.
It doesn't matter. I've only watched the first season.
I
But
saw like the first episode.
Yeah?
It was aight.
oh, what?
Okay, well the end of the first episode is what made me keep watching.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened
Kid
at the
gets
end?
the boot. Yeah.
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 I was
God
like,
damn
all
it.
right, gotta keep watching.
Yeah. No, you should watch
You
the whole
should
thing.
really keep watching it.
Like so the first thing about when I watch a show, regardless of how deep it is, or it's like, oh, character development or this or that, if I don't feel enticed to go back and watch this show, I think something is wrong. Because seasons ago, I could not wait for the next episode of The Walking Dead.
It's like, all right, we started watching The Walking Dead late. Like we started watching The Walking Dead
They were
when it was
in season 3.
In season 3. And I don't know why. It was the same as Game of Thrones. It was like everybody just talks about The Walking Dead, but like one day we sat down, we watched like the whole first season in one sitting.
Because it was great.
We're like, oh my god, this is like the best show ever.
Yeah.
Then we watched season 2, and everybody gives on season 2, but season 2 was really good.
Yeah.
It had really good performances. The characters were interesting.
The story was great. The conflict was good.
Yeah, but it was a little boring.
It was a little slow at times.
Think about this.
Explain to me what season 2 was.
The farm.
That was when what's her face went missing.
Yeah,
and they
that was
spent
that was
Okay,
the only dumb
three
thing.
quarters
But
of
this
the
is
entire
when-
season looking
No.
for her.
But this is when
The characters
Shane
were
was
great.
a
I did
character.
not like the story of that.
Shane was there.
But the story was with
Yeah, I did like the
Shane.
story.
I loved that.
And how everybody, like, the thing is, we also came to the conclusion with Sal, Rip Sal, he's not here right now, that shows are much more interesting when everybody just lies to each other.
Yeah.
For reasons that are for reasons that are good.
That is one of many reasons why Game of Thrones is good, because everybody is just lying. Everybody is lying to each other. And
Doesn't that
Have you guys ever-
doesn't
have
that
you
sort
ever
of
seen-
contradict like the whole idiot character thing though? Like I forget who said it, but it was like this theory behind like the idiot character and what makes a show good or like what makes a movie good is that like if all the characters just stuck to being like idiots and like kind of threw reality out the window, it makes the show better or worse.
No,
I don't remember how it goes, but it's like one way or the other.
The thing about lying though is that the people have to have a motive for lying. It's like they're lying for a reason, and you want to see their lie play out, and if people are gonna figure it out, and like, what's gonna happen if they're gonna face consequences from their lies.
Yeah, you know what show does that really well? Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't watched.
I haven't watched
Literally-
That's another show I've only seen. the
Literally,
first
if
second
everyone
episode.
just told the truth in that show, nothing would happen.
Really?
There you go.
Because it's just constant lie after lie, and they all make sense because everybody has their motives
It's
and
just a
everything.
play on human nature.
So
And
would that
it just keeps building up more lies and
Yeah.
more lies, and it just boils
But
over into chaos.
The thing I was talking about with the lying is that in season 7 of The Walking Dead, when Daryl finally meets Carol again, and she's like, "Did anything happen with the Saviors?" He's like, "No." And I was like,
It's
"Why
just-
the would you just not tell her
Yeah.
what's going on?"
It's just pointless.
Yeah,
lying.
it didn't
makes
mean
no
anything.
sense.
And then 2 episodes or 2 or 3 episodes later, what's his name just comes and tells her.
Yeah, Morgan just tells
Morgan
her.
just tells her. It's like, what did you accomplish with that?
Like
Literally
the thing
nothing.
is,
Okay,
happens.
I'll tell you what it accomplished. I haven't even seen the episode. Is it shows that Daryl and Carol. I know they had a relationship at one point in the past, good or bad.
Right.
And what that shows is that now that Daryl doesn't have trust in Carol to relay that information to her. So that's what they're getting at.
No, he just didn't want to tell
just
her
didn't
because
wanna
he
tell
knew
her.
it would have made her upset because
Yeah.
she didn't know anything. She wasn't there.
Okay.
Oh, spoiler warning! Spoiler warning! Spoiler warning!
It's a little
for
late for that.
for
No,
everything.
it'll be at the beginning of the video.
Okay.
Like, major spoiler warning
So
for like all the
when
shows we talk about.
when all the head bashing happened and Negan killed like all Rick's guys, Carol wasn't there for any of it, and she didn't know that Glenn died. She didn't know that Abraham died. She didn't know that
Spencer
Why
Spencer
didn't you
died.
just have noticed that, hey, Glenn's not here.
No, she wasn't with them. She was living on her own because she couldn't handle anything
But when
anymore.
she came back,
she
talked
didn't
to
come
Daryl.
back.
She didn't come
Daryl
back.
went to go to her.
She didn't come back.
And she's like, "Where is everyone?" And it's like, yeah, you could have done something cool with that. Daryl's like, "No, she didn't." Or it's like Daryl's just like, "No, they're not dead," because he didn't want to like upset her. And then that was concluded by Morgan going and be like, "Yeah, they're all dead." And then she cried, and then it was over. And
Yeah.
that was it. The show creates conflict
Oh.
for no reason, and then doesn't solve it. There are episodes where it's just 10 minutes at a time. This is mainly season 7 I'm talking about.
Season 6 also did
Season
it.
6 also did it, but I remember an episode I can't remember which one it was, but it was just, I think, 5-10 minute segments of nothing happening, where Rick was at the Kingdom, and he talked to King Ezekiel.
This was the premiere of the mid-season premiere, episode
Okay.
9 of season 7, and it got like a 9 point whatever rating.
God knows why.
That was
Yeah.
the worst
I was
episode of
looking
The
through
Walking
the-
Dead I've ever
It was
seen.
the worst
Looking
episode.
through the
Easily.
ratings of that on like IMDb of like season 7 episodes, I'm like, these are good ratings. Why are
Yeah.
they so high?
Maybe it's because they have a lot of money, so they're
No.
inflating the
I-
ratings.
I
No,
don't
it's
know why.
IMDb.
Can you
No,
throw
it's
that out the
IMDb.
window?
But the thing is,
Can you throw that out the window, though?
I guess not.
No, but the thing is, I go online and I look at other people like reviewing it, and they're like, "Yeah, this was really good." Blah blah blah. I can't wait for this to happen. I'm like,
Here's $50. Go say
Did you-
something really
no,
nice.
no,
about it.
I don't think so.
I
It's
don't
just
think
regular
so.
people.
I
Yeah.
think it's just people fanboying the out of The Walking
Yeah.
Dead because
No,
they can't.
If you
because they're
can't take a
lying
step,
to themselves.
if you can't take, because that's what we did for a
Yeah,
long time.
for, like,
season
seasons
5
5 and
and most of
6.
season 6, I lied to myself. I said,
Yeah,
okay,
was like, no,
this is okay, this is
great,
good.
even though I have to force myself to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it every week.
Okay, so another thing that people talk about is this is where people were really just starting on you. They're like, oh, you can't handle character development. You only like action. It's like, no, excuse me, no.
Because season 7, episode
We're
11
7
or
seasons
something.
in. We should know how our characters
Season 7,
function.
episode 11.
The episode where Eugene went to Sanctuary.
The only good episode
Yeah,
this
that was, like,
season.
the
That was
only
the
episode
only
I
good episode.
enjoyed.
And that was
It was
all
really-
character
Yeah,
development.
it was really slow. Nothing much happened, but the acting was okay.
Yeah.
The writing was okay. It was interesting. I cared about what
Yeah.
was happening.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't care about? How Rosita miraculously knew how to defuse a bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was the dumbest
I don't want this to
episode.
come off wrong, but all the women main characters in The Walking Dead should just be killed off.
Terrible.
They should just be killed off.
And it's
They're
not-
just
it's
ruining
not
the
'cause
show.
they're women.
It's not because they're women.
They're not acted well and they're not written well.
Yeah.
The
They
writers
don't-
on this show are just mouth breathers. I,
could just-
don't
I-
understand.
It's the rage behind the camera right now is tangible. Somebody's like sweating and just melting inside.
Oh yeah, I hope one of you are
watching-
just pissed off. I mean,
watching
it's
this
just our
like,
opinion. You can disagree.
Alex Geronimo is a misogynistic, women-hating person.
I don't hate women. I just think the lines that they're given, the story that they're given, and the actions that they're given. Like, you ever just watch a show and go, man, that's not a real conversation. No human beings would say that.
if
That's
anybody
everything
want-
that happens on The Walking Dead so far.
remember in the premiere, the mid-season premiere, episode 9, the worst episode I've ever watched, when Jesus was taking them to
Sounds funny
the
to say.
kingdom,
Right.
and they start a conversation where they are, and then they skip ahead
Yeah.
2 hours probably that it took to get to the kingdom, and they're still talking about the same thing.
It's not only that they're still talking about it, it's the next line of the conversation happens 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And I remember I watched that and I'm like, who the wrote this?
It's like everybody got around in a circle and they're like, yup, good.
Yep, we're gonna do that. That's a good idea. Look, we're not professionals, but we watch a lot of TV and we understand what is good and what is well done.
Here is my pitch for what would have been way better than, the god-awful season 6 finale.
Oh my
you know,
God.
the cliffhanger that was completely unnecessary.
I may have seen
That
this.
just was like, hey, now you gotta come back and watch season 7.
Was that the head bash season 6?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where they
But,
didn't
like,
show
they
you
didn't
who
show who
Negan
got
killed, which was pointless.
Yeah.
I was actually pissed.
Yeah.
I was so pissed that I started reading the comics, which is the
The
comics.
comics are fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Read the comics; they're really good.
Yeah. I wish the
And-
show would just stick to the comics.
If the show stuck to the comics like religiously, that'd be
Okay,
perfect.
so-
but no, this is
okay,
my
okay.
idea. This is my idea. I didn't even get to it. Instead of not showing who they killed, this would have been way better. They just kill Abraham in the finale, and
Yeah,
then
and
you're
they
like,
don't show
then you're like,
Glenn
oh, they killed Abraham. I mean, I was predicting it, but it's like, it's fine. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, they show who they killed. Because in the moment, I was so invested in that scene.
Mhm.
And then they just kill it. They just split the scene in half, and I come back into season 7. I'm like, wait, I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, also, I knew what happened 3.5 months before the
Oh yeah,
premiere.
the spoilers basically ruined it for me, which is another reason why the cliffhanger was bullshit.
But I'm
But-
glad it got
no, no.
spoiled because
Yeah, I'm glad it got spoiled
it's
because
their fault for being a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, but you kill Abraham in season 6, and then you think the whole time that Rick is struggling with Negan. That whole scene, which didn't even have to happen, where he just took him away and like was talking to him, made him do the axe thing.
I mean, they couldn't.
And then-
yes, that scene is important to like, you know, Negan needs to be with Rick, and Rick needs to know, like, Negan needs to know, like, Rick is loyal. But like, they
Right.
could have done that just with the Carl thing.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
with
I
the
was-
Carl
yeah.
thing.
Just
That
with-
would have been fine.
Yeah, they didn't have to do that.
That
but
whole
then
bullshit.
then the whole
scene.
Rick remembering thing could have been, you see Abraham again, you're like, oh man, I gotta see it again. But then you see Glenn, and you're just like, whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
this
that
is
would've been much
this is one of my biggest gripes with the show. It is probably I don't know if it is, but it is probably the most popular / most watched show on television.
Oh no, it is.
It
I'm
is.
pretty sure it
That's
is,
what I would
yeah.
argue.
Like,
They must
every
have-
commercial break for the show. It says that.
They must have so much money.
They have like an $8 to $10 million budget per episode.
So why
That's
do they
crazy.
just
That's
make
crazy.
bull if they have that much money?
Dude, could you imagine what we could do if we had that much money?
Yeah. I know.
Oh my god.
And another thing that I hate about The Walking Dead that Game of Thrones never does.
Mhm.
The
You don't
Walking
know that yet.
Dead.
You're only like a season.
So far.
No, so far, from a season and a half in, Game of Thrones has yet to do it.
Well, wait, a quick thing. Game of Thrones, I'm already loving what I've watched. I've only watched season 1 and like a few episodes of season 2, and IMDb just says that it just gets better.
Yeah.
So that's why my hopes are high. IMDb says it just gets better.
And IMDb just says The Walking Dead just gets worse, pretty much.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead has its shining moments in like season 4 with the governor
Yeah.
attack, season 5 with the Terminus escape, season 6 with the No Way Out thing. But like other than that, seasons 4, 5, and 6 are just like bland as except for the scene with the claimers when Rick bites the dude's neck.
Yeah.
My favorite scene in The Walking Dead, personally.
Yeah.
That's like the scene that actually made me sick.
Vampire.
Yeah.
But
I remember that.
Other than that, it's just bland.
Yep. Just boring.
But what The Walking Dead does is they just the back half of season 4 did, what season 6 did, and now what season 7 does every single episode is they just focus on one group of people. So like you got season 7 episode 2, which was just the Kingdom episode.
Yeah.
Season 7 episode 3, which was just the Sanctuary episode with Daryl.
Yeah.
Season 7 episode 5, which was just a Hilltop episode with Morgan.
Oh,
Season 7 episode 7, which was just Carl at Sanctuary.
No,
Season
yeah.
7 episode where it was just they just had it where it was just the Kingdom with Morgan. Season 7 episode whatever. They just keep doing it. Oh, where it was just Rick and Michonne.
No, where it was
Then
just the
they'll end
girl.
each episode with a cliffhanger and make you wait like 3 weeks.
It's
to
like
Yeah.
season
See
7
what
has
happened.
literally
I saw.
other people.
I don't. I'm not caught up in The Walking Dead, but I saw it on Facebook because it was such a big thing with how badly it was done. But the CGI deer and the
Oh my
carnival-
god, that was
what the hell?
Okay.
$8 to $10
You
million
have an $8 to $10
budget.
million
What are you
budget,
doing?
and the CGI in The Walking Dead is garbage. And I will say that because I'm watching season 1 of Game of Thrones, and the dragons are really good.
The dragons were
The dragons
the
look
little
good.
dragons,
Everything-
the little baby dragons.
It's like I don't understand why they didn't just get a real tiger and put him on a green screen.
yeah, the thing
The
is,
CGI tiger
okay,
is terrible.
yeah,
The
the
CGI
thing-
deer
the
is
thing
terrible.
with the tiger, the tiger is okay.
Yeah, but it
But-
shouldn't be okay.
Yes,
It should
you're
be
right.
great.
It should be great because it has a budget to be great. It doesn't have a budget to be okay.
Who,
Yeah.
Where is this money going? I feel like Greg Nicotero
No.
just pockets half the budget for every episode.
No, this is where the money's going. This is
it's
something
going to the
we also
actors,
talked
dude.
about this. The Walking Dead does sets really well.
Yes. There are certain things that The Walking Dead does really well. I will say that. I don't hate The Walking Dead. The zombies look good. They've looked better, but they look good. The sets are really cool.
Yeah. That's what the budget goes for, mostly. And
I guess, yeah. But there's just no excuse. Okay, like you were saying about The Walking Dead focusing on like one group at a time.
Game of Thrones
doesn't do that. Every episode you'll see the Dothraki, the
Lannisters,
the
Starks. The Dothraki are like
the savages.
They're like the savages.
Walking Dead wastes so much time.
Because it's like, there's a scene in Game of Thrones, it's like, alright, we're gonna tell that this happens. Alright, then we'll move on with this group, with Jon Snow on the wall. Then we'll tell you what that happens. Then we'll go to King's Landing and tell you what happens with Joffrey and Sansa. And then we'll go back to Winterfell, whatever it's called. And then we'll do the little boy who can't walk and Hodor and then they just keep going around. They don't focus. It's not a full episode of Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Jon Snow just shows up for like 10 minutes. And it's like, and then it cycles.
And so
it's refreshing every time.
Here's another thing that, because people are gonna say this, they're like, oh well, HBO, they can do anything, and you only like it because it's just a lot of murder and naked. It's like oh, you don't like The Walking Dead because it has to be on. It's on primetime television. There's so many things they can't.
I am a man.
No,
I am
but this is what they're gonna say.
cities.
Just listen.
No, beer and
You've
Watson.
I've seen Hodor's.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, Hodor's huge.
But wait, hold on. Let me finish. So, because they're gonna say, okay, because it's primetime television, there's so much can't put on. AMC made Breaking Bad, which is the best show I've ever watched. So I don't even want to hear an excuse that because it's primetime television, they can't put it on. Breaking Bad was a phenomenal show.
Primetime television, it should be good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
look,
like
Breaking Bad had the things where they have their 1 or 2 per season.
Yeah.
Where I just watched this with Viana, where Walt and Jesse get into a fight in Jesse's house, and he's like, "Can you walk?" And he's like, "Yeah." Then get the out of my house and never come back.
Yeah.
That was a good part.
Yeah.
And I just was watching that. I'm like, oh, I remember the first time I watched that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. No, but it's like, it's just like, this is another thing The Walking Dead does that. Let me go to another show.
They're screwing with the wrong people.
Yeah. That should have been. No, okay, so another show on AMC that I really like is, because I like Breaking Bad a lot, I like to watch Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is not an action-packed, killing, boobs, all these things. It's slow, but the story is awesome. It's a really good story, it's really good storytelling, and
they're
it's very
good
clever.
actors, and I
they're
care
really
about
good
Saul,
actors.
and I care about Chuck, and I care about what's the girl's name? I haven't watched the show in
it's
like
been a while.
year.
And you know why we haven't watched it in a year? Is because they take their time and they release good episodes. The Walking Dead is just a factory. They're just pumping out as fast as they can.
Yeah.
As a viewer, I don't care if I have to wait. As long as for what I'm waiting for is good.
For example, Rick and Morty.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
been waiting
I'm waiting for
forever.
season 3. But as long as it's good, Rick and Morty, fantastic show. There's not a line in that show that is not perfect. I know you don't like it just because I watch it all the time.
Why don't you like Rick and
You
Morty?
just haven't
I
seen it.
feel like you don't
so
like
much.
anything.
Why? Okay. Why don't you like it?
Because all you guys watch is Rick and Morty on repeat all the time.
That's
It is
fine.
So
I understand that.
That's fine.
annoying.
I watch it.
I don't do that, but I know that Alex does.
I used to do it just because I love that show.
I'm looking at it as it got ruined because every time I'm on my computer right here, Rick, don't drink that bottle of alcohol. Why are you an alien now, Rick?
That is not the show.
I remember that line.
Man,
But
you're
I just
gonna
made
get
it up. I
you're
just
gonna
made
get
it
a
up.
lot of hate in the comments for that. I'm not
Bring
gonna
it,
lie.
shower me in hate. Let's
You
go.
acknowledge that Rick and Morty's a good show, right?
It's like the 7th
I'm
best show on
sure-
IMDb.
I'm sure it's a great show.
It's
but
the
been-
7th best
been
show on IMDb,
ruined
and it's a
for me.
cartoon.
It's fine if it's been ruined for you. I get that.
Yeah.
But Rick and Morty.
Thanks, Alex.
Rick and Morty does not have one line that is not essential to the show. Every line in that show
It's either really
brilliant.
funny or it
It's
like
just
keeps it
brilliant.
going.
The show is
Yeah,
just
it's very well written.
it's so well written, and I cannot wait for season 3.
Yeah.
But I can wait for season 3.
Yeah.
I can wait.
The fact I want to not be able. I want to like for shows. I want to be like, oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Not another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Like The Walking Dead,
like,
it's like, oh, I gotta
like-
wait. It used to be like season 4 before it was like the back half and nothing happened and they focused on one group every episode. It was like, wow, I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah,
I
there's just no hype anymore. There's nothing to get
no,
excited
there's
about.
too much hype.
Yeah.
There's too much hype. That's the
It's
problem.
too much hype over
The way that
nothing.
they advertise it, the way that people talk about it.
Yeah.
The Talking Dead as a concept
Yeah.
is garbage.
I've never watched the Talking
I
Dead.
used to watch
I
the
used to
Talking
I
Dead.
would watch,
I
like,
would
the
watch it
first
after
10
like a
minutes and
finale
No, no, no.
or something.
Yeah.
You know why I watched The Talking Dead? I watched The Talking Dead only to watch the preview for the next
episode, back when I
Because
cared.
I cared so much, and I wanted to see
Yeah.
a preview of the next episode. But now I don't give a shit about
Some
the
of
next
the stuff
episode.
they did was cool, like the zombie kill count.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff
some
like
of it was just like.
But now I just
that.
can't.
I haven't seen it in like 2
But
seasons.
it's just season 7 has ruined it for me.
Yeah, it's just. I
It's
don't
ruined.
understand how it happened. You have a great comic book to go with. You had the budget. You had the actors.
Do you think The Walking Dead has a chance to pull itself
Nope.
back?
No.
No.
Because they're not
every
gonna
show,
learn from their
every show that
mistakes.
goes on for that long typically has a season or two where it's like, damn, you guys lost track of who you and what you were.
Yeah, but
Can it come back?
The problem
I don't
is
think so.
nobody has acknowledged the fact that it's turned into shit. Everybody is still
So,
deep
yeah,
throating the show.
What's the incentive to go back? Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, but
Deep-throating
did Breaking Bad had like a dip in season 3, but it was a dip, and then
but
you
it
got
was
back.
still good.
It was still
and
good.
it wasn't bad.
But
It
didn't
was
you
just
say
it was a
season
little
4
slower.
was like one of the best seasons of Breaking Bad or something?
Season
Season
4
four
and
was the
5.
best,
Yeah.
Season
So it
4
was a
and
dip
5.
right before a climb or
But
something.
we're on season 7,
Seven.
and it has just been a steady downhill. It's not like a dip. It's just been like
Yeah, it's been- no.
You know
Here's
what
the
I-
thing.
you know what
I
I
feel
stopped
like whenever
watching?
TV shows go past season 6, it just fizzles out.
You know
Like,
what?
they just
But
run
the
out
thing
of
is,
stuff.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but the reviews only say that,
That
it
it gets
gets
better.
better.
Yeah, how many seasons is it?
There's gonna be season 7 in June.
I stopped watching The Walking Dead at the episode with the goat. With I don't, what was the guy's name?
It was Morgan.
Morgan and
I don't know what the other
Morgan
guy's name was.
See,
The thing is,
Okay.
like
that episode was alright,
It was okay.
but it wasn't great.
You know why? You know why I was pissed? Because
I
it was like
actually- I
a
actually hated
mid-season
that
finale.
episode.
It was like an hour and a half episode.
It was episode 4 of season 6. I remember that.
really?
And it was just like I guess I stopped watching halfway through season 6.
And,
I
but,
saw
but guess
that.
what?
I'm like,
guess
where
what?
does it go from here?
It's an episode where they just focus on one character.
One
And you know
character.
what? They just ruined that whole episode with the new episode.
What do you mean? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because Morgan.
Because it's
kills
like
guys.
everything, everything that they built up about the character of Morgan. They're just like, nah, it. And they just threw it
Yeah, 'cause
out.
didn't they say Morgan is like done killing? Like
Yeah, that was his whole thing. Like, they had that. Morgan was like, I don't know. I mean, if you watched episode 1 of The Walking Dead, Morgan was
that's
fantastic.
why everybody wanted him back, because you just in that one episode they just made you care about him
Yeah.
so much because his story was like really sad.
Then they brought him back and just.
No,
they brought him back
they
and it
brought
took too long.
They
Yeah,
brought him back. No, the thing is, in season 5, I remember the episode where they escaped Terminus, where, and at the end, you see Morgan, like, the guy takes his mask off, and it's Morgan, and you're like, oh shit. But then you see him in season 3, and that was a good episode.
Yeah.
Where they
Where they
focus
found him and he was
on
it was just
one
crazy.
character. They focus on one group or character again in season 3.
Yeah, but that was a good.
But that was a good
though.
episode because,
Yeah.
again, you see Morgan for the first time
Yeah.
in 2 seasons. Like, over 2 seasons, because the season 1 was only 6 episodes. And another thing about The Walking Dead is that they have a 16-episode season no matter what. No matter what story they're
Yeah.
trying to tell.
Yeah.
They have to tell it in 16 episodes. Season 1 was great because they took a story and they compacted it as much as possible.
Yeah.
It wasn't too fast, but it wasn't too slow. They had episodes where it was all action, like episode
Yeah.
2 and episodes 4, where you finally meet Glenn and Andrea Morales in the city, and episodes where they capture Glenn and they all the, like those Hispanic guys that have the nursing home.
Yeah.
And they have episodes where Rick comes back and meets his family at the camp, and they hug it out. And then there's like some tension between Rick and Daryl because Rick handcuffed Merle
yeah.
to
You
the
know, you
roof.
can't also forget that Shane is basically f***ing Rick's wife.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they have
But there's like that
lying.
People are lying
There's
to
that
each other.
under-
But there's also that like underlying thing too. Like that character development was that was great. That,
Yes,
that,
an
that
actual
led all the way
character
up into
development.
the end
Yeah.
of season 2.
Another thing.
when Rick kills Shane.
Yes.
So
Another thing that I think is kind of a catalyst for the downfall of The Walking Dead is that it's just totally different. The whole vibe behind the show was that, our characters are never safe, always having to look over their shoulders. We're always sitting on edge because at any moment they could die. And now they all just live in a town. Yes, the what, Sanctuary?
Saviors.
The Saviors are attacking them, but like not really. And like when Negan comes and kills people, I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
It's like, and it's just so stretched out.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, it's stretched out in the comics. When Spencer dies, he just dies.
Yeah.
It's like
There's no build-up.
There's no build up. It's just a casual conversation between Negan and Spencer, and it's like, yeah, I want you to kill Rick and take him over. It's like, you got no guts, kid.
And he just does it.
And then Rick is there. He's like, what the are you doing? And then in the show, it's like it builds up the whole episode to that point. They have a pool match in the middle of the street.
Yeah, just in the middle of the street.
Oh,
and then-
can we also talk about how Rosita shot Negan in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just stuck in it.
Alright,
I-
first of all, Carl was supposed to do that. Later,
She tried to shoot Negan,
she tried to
but
shoot
she missed
Negan,
and shot his back.
missed and shot
The bat that
the
he was
bat
holding.
that he
I
was
heard
holding.
about this
Yeah.
because there was like a meme going around. What the hell is Negan's bat made of? Because like he got shot in the back.
Yeah,
Didn't
what?
even-
That thing wouldn't splinter at all. It got shot.
No, the thing is, in the comics, Carl shoots it with a rifle, and it goes right through because the bullet is like so. I don't know. The bullet
It's a real
is
bullet.
It's a bullet, but like this is like a small pistol bullet, and it would like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And-
Fucking it
Who
up.
wrote that?
Yeah.
Who wrote that in the script? Because what I don't understand, because this is another big thing I don't understand. It's not one person f***ing up. This has to be a series of
This
people.
is a council.
This is a
collective-
council
it's a
of. It's like somebody wrote this down. Somebody said, "Yeah, I like this." Somebody shot this and said, "Yeah, that looked good." Somebody edited that and said, "Yeah, that looked great." And then they put it on TV.
And then they're
You know
in
what
like the
happened?
screening
You know what
room.
happened with The Walking Dead was early on. Didn't they lay off all of their writers?
The first season, I think, was a different writer.
No, it was like a couple people because they
Yeah.
had like they had a panel at like Walking Dead Con or whatever. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah,
And it was the
probably
original
like
writers,
Comic-Con,
and then like the next whatever conference they had, totally different people.
Well, I know that Robert Kirkman, Greg Nicotero, and I'm not sure about Scott Gimple. I just know that Robert Kirkman and Greg Nicotero have been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
What is Kirkman's take on this? Like,
I know. The thing is,
that's the $1 million
he
question.
was on The Talking Dead. I remember I watched The Talking Dead for the season 6 finale because I was so f***ing sick. And I just wanted to see what they had to say because Scott Gimple and Robert Kirkman were there, and Robert Kirkman was just defending The Walking Dead, and I'm like,
and why would he? He's shooting himself in the foot if he talks against it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
He can.
I know.
I'm almost certain he's sold off his he wrote the Walking Dead comics, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure that he at some point has just like sold off enough of the Walking Dead where now he's lost touch with it. It's not his anymore.
No,
No,
but the thing is, because the
definitely not.
comics are still good. I just read like the 3 or 4 newest issues of the comics because I keep up with comics because they're good.
I'm sure AMC just pays for the name now. They just pay for the name, and he's just, he collects some sort of money from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets some royalties. I'm sure from it.
And honestly, at that point, you're 7 seasons in. You got your life made. You give a like, do you really?
The
Do
thing
you
is,
really give
I
up?
would.
I would.
We would, but
because
does
don't-
Robert Kirkman?
I mean,
No.
at some point you have to take pride in your work, and I just feel like that's not happening anymore.
I think
they're
it-
like,
I
let's
think
go
it- I
make
think-
more money.
I think
that's
his pride
it.
is like in the comics, because like the real fans, the ones he really cares about, are gonna look at the comics and say that was awesome.
Yeah, because the comics still does stuff that continues to surprise me and continues to make me watch the next read the next issue.
Dude, yeah. Kirkman's got like Stockholm syndrome for like The Walking Dead.
Another problem with The Walking Dead that I don't like, where it didn't really used to do that, is that like if they kill anybody, it's a huge event. Like
Yeah.
the fact that somebody dying has to be half of the episode. Where it's like if you watch Game of Thrones, somebody dying is like minute 3 and minute
Yeah.
4.
Okay, I just watched. I'm not gonna say anything, but a character. I'll be as general as possible. A character in season 2, episode 5, in the first few minutes, not a major character, but a character that you've seen a lot, just dies out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And
Walking
I'm
Dead
just
doesn't do
sitting
that
there
anymore.
like, what?
Yeah. See, okay. See,
Because there's so much that could have happened with that
Yeah.
character, and they just killed him, and I'm just like,
yeah.
that's what used to happen in The Walking Dead. Like when Dale died.
Yeah.
I was just like,
that blew my mind.
oh,
Yeah.
like when Shane died. Like when Amy died, Andrea's sister.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
All right, so in conclusion, if anybody on The Walking Dead is watching this, please personally reach out to us and we'll have a nice phone call because I just want to talk to you. I'm not mad. I just want to talk.
Oh no, I'm pissed.
mad.
You ruined the show.
But I just want to talk
Want
to
an
you.
apology.
If you want to bring us on to help, we will. We'll make it better for you.
Yeah, if you want to give us like a couple $1 million, help make your show better, we'll do it.
Just stop
Out of
it.
the kindness
All we're
of
trying
our
to
some
say
help.
is we're gonna make The Walking Dead great again.
Yeah.
Okay?
We're gonna make Walkers great again. The show is gonna be huge.
Huge deal.
Huge
Huger
deal.
than ever before.
But honestly, I
just-
don't know. I'm just getting sick of it.
It's
Watch
a
Game of
problem.
Thrones.
It's a
Guys are
problem
hyping
that I'm
up
so
for Game of
passionately angry at this show.
Yeah. I don't know. Watch Game of Thrones. I've watched the first season and a half so far.
Highly recommend it.
Really good.
I know
Really
a lot of
good.
people. I know a lot of people overhype it and over fanboy about it because that's why I backed off and I held off. But if you're really looking to watch a good, enticing show with great story and great characters and stuff you wouldn't see in any other show, watch it.
Game of Thrones. Yeah. But
Watch it for the boobs.
honestly, I hope you like this. This
Yeah.
is a little different. This is just us giving our opinion about But thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, thank you for enjoying.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
don't know. But yeah, we will probably not do this for a while because this is just like a one-time thing. Peace.